One of the number one reasons why somebody is going to want to listen to this podcast
Mhm.
is because they want to know what degree is a good degree. What degree is going to give me a job?
Yeah.
How long am I going to be looking for a job for? And what
Mhm.
kind of job do I want to be in? But so with the first question, what degree should I get? Because then that leads on to what job can I get and how long am I going to
Mhm.
be looking for a job, or how in demand is my job? And those are questions that, I mean, they don't have like a B C D, oh, it's B answer, right? It's
Yeah.
very
Yeah. I think it's really like taking a class is really when it like for me that's when I kind of decided, okay, no, I actually enjoy this, or no, this is something I really prefer. So I would say, like, if you can try to take an elective in like the engineering field. If you're in biology right now and you want to see, okay, is biomedical engineering for me, maybe take one of those engineering classes. Or if you already know that math is no problem, or these kind of things seem appealing, then yeah, biomedical engineering's where you might want to go. With that, I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, the biomedical engineering, a lot of the focus is on like medical devices. Is that the main? Oh, sorry, can't hear you guys.
It was
Okay.
off. Sorry.
Okay.
I think there's really like two main focuses, because when I started BME, I thought everything was research. I thought
Hmm.
everything was in a lab, and I was like, yeah, I like this. But then I learned about the medical device side, and I got an internship with a medical device startup, and I really liked that. So that's when I started, exploring that medical device world. But there are a lot of people that do stay in that research side of BME.
So yeah, I guess with the research side, I think that biomedical sciences is a good route to go as well. I know that there's different ways to go about it, though, because initially, whenever I first graduated, I was applying to a lot of research positions at the UT Health Science Center, and then I was looking for other jobs and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of the research jobs that I saw through UT Health Science Center, I think, are much more geared towards either PhD students or ones that are like
Yeah.
pre-med and everything. So they don't pay great. They pay okay, but I think that's really, it's supposed to be like, okay, it's a nice location to also work while you're doing school still. Whereas, I kind of got lucky with the DPT job, because initially the position I was applying for, it said associate scientist, which in research science speak, that means like, or all of those requirements were like, oh, required to have a master's degree or higher or something like that. And if you wanted to be a scientist, that's PhD level only. But through DPT, it said associate scientist, and minimum was a bachelor's degree. And I applied and got the job and everything. And they do pay much better than the research science or research science or associate positions and everything at UT Health Science Center. But yeah, so I would also, like, as like an aside for job hunting, definitely like double check the minimum requirements. Don't always trust that it says associate scientist and you're like, oh, normally that's a master's. Like, if I would have thought that and didn't check it, I wouldn't have applied and I wouldn't be working where I'm at. So always double check that. But yeah, I think the research is definitely an avenue to look into. I would say that if you wanted to do more actual medical research and stuff like that and working through a hospital, I'm pretty sure those require certifications. So I think you should look into those if that's your goal, and look more into trying to have those certifications ready to go probably before you graduate. That way, right off the bat, you're already qualified, ready to jump in and everything, to actually do like clinical research. That's what I should say, clinical research, not just medical research, because it's a little more broad. But yeah, specifically clinical research, I think, has several certifications you have to look into.
So right now your official title is R&D Scientist, right?
Yep.
What has been like your, I guess, like promotion? Like, what does it look like? What has it looked like for you?
So starting off as a temp, yeah, I didn't have the benefits and stuff like that. And then when I got hired on as a associate scientist, then yeah, you get the full benefits, and it was a nice pay increase and everything. And then I think after working there for another year, that's when I got bumped up to scientist. So I think first year was temp, second year was associate, and then third year, that's when I was bumped up to scientist. But yeah, and there was another bump in pay. And then I think they basically have a set range for what you can make in that position.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think everybody gets raises every year. You have a year-end review. You have to put in your goals and put in all your other stuff and everything. And then at the end, they kind of appraise it. And I think you get around a 2% or 3%, but that depends on the company as far as what your raise will be. And then I think after this, I would have to go for senior scientist. But I think senior scientist, you need I think they have a strict rule where you need to have a minimum of either 8 years or 10 years or something like that. So it's going to be a while before I actually hit that, unless I were to apply for, I don't know. We did have one guy that worked in our department that applied for a project management position, and he ended up getting it. And so now he works up in project management. But him and another guy in our group are really driven, and both of them are actually going to, they're opening a brewery in town. Hopefully, I think they're aiming for February or March for a big grand opening, but they bought the space, renovated it, and got a small business loan and had to do a whole bunch of stuff and everything. But yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, that's Black Laboratory Brewing. They should be opening in March, I think. That's the aim. But yeah, and their logo is their Black Labrador, which one of them owns. So it's perfect.
Yeah. I'd love to get in contact with them. I'm a marketing guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there you go.
So I guess big picture, I guess I'm I keep turning it back to a simple big picture. You said you mentioned you changed or switched majors about 3 times throughout. Is that
correct? Or there's 3 majors, so I've switched twice. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're good.
So,
you're good.
Again, what was that? What did that look like again? You started off with?
So originally it's mechanical engineering, because I think, even that I wasn't 100% sure on. I was considering electrical engineering at the time. And at that point I was just, I was all right at math. And I was like, math is not really too big of a problem for me. I know some people, they absolutely dread it and hate it and everything, but I don't know. So it really depends on what you're good at or what you enjoy. So for me, I didn't mind it. It wasn't that I enjoyed it and had fun with it. It's just, it's not too much of a problem. But yeah, it was mainly taking those biology classes and seeing that this is much more interesting, and I'm talking about this outside of class. So to me, I feel like I'm having more fun and I have more of a passion for it. And then, so once I switched, I finished that degree. And then now that I'm going back and doing a computer science degree and everything, I found that this is something that I think I enjoy more so than the biology aspects. Because I just, for me, I really enjoy the problem solving, and I get really, really focused in on a thing and just keep hammering it away until I can completely knock out that project or that issue. And yeah, there's sometimes where I'll be working on something and, it's just not working. And it's something really simple or something that, but once I find that thing, I'm running around the apartment excited. Just, the dog is confused and jumping at me and has no idea what's going on, but I'm so happy that, it now spits out exactly what I needed to say. So I don't know. For me, it's the problem solving aspect. I love it. But yeah, and kind of in that vein, there were some people that were doing biomedical sciences that were specifically going to be geared towards sales. And those people, I think if you realize that you're really personable, you enjoy talking with people, you enjoy all of those aspects, and you're in biomedical sciences or biomedical engineering or whichever, you understanding the devices and having that connection. It's almost like the blend of both of y'all's degrees. With the marketing aspect and the whatever, if you're good at marketing and you're already in a science field, you can make good money doing sales and stuff like that. So I don't know, but yeah, it again, I think it really comes down to what do you enjoy, what do you like, what is your jam?
Exactly, and I love how you mentioned that it makes you happy. You're running around yes, and I think that's obviously the most important thing. Don't go into the degree if you're going to be unhappy. Find what makes you happy, and that's what college is for. You're experimenting. What do I really like? And Jeffrey, you found it in biology, right? And then you decided to pursue that route. and or biology, biomedical science. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, it's good.
so so not only that, not only did you not know exactly what to do in the beginning, but then you found your path, and now you're at a job that you absolutely love, I'm assuming, right?
I mean, it depends, because there is a nice blend between, on a good week, there's a nice blend between lab work and paperwork. Because if you're in the lab all day, it gets tiring, like just constantly being on your feet or constantly running around doing a bunch of stuff in the lab and everything. And then ideally you'll spend half your day or so in the lab, and then the other half you're doing some paperwork and everything. But I noticed that if I have like 2 or 3 days of nothing but paperwork, I hate it. Or if I do 2 or 3 days of nothing but lab work, I'm sick of it. But when I have that nice blend, I can kind of like, okay, no, it's still kind of changing and get at least some variety. But I don't know.
I can definitely relate to that. It's just like, I guess it really depends on the company and what they're going through. Sometimes they'll have like a week of paperwork and it's just so draining. But then you get to the exciting stuff. But you're right. If you're on it too much, it's also like, oh, I just want to go back to writing papers. But yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's see.
I have a question. So right now you're an R&D scientist. What do you hope to do with your computer science degree?
So I think ideally I would like to blend the two and either potentially go into bioinformatics or try to look at those type of fields and everything. But I think that I like computer science so much that if I were just to go into computer science and I didn't utilize my biomedical degree, like I would be fine with that. But yeah, and again, like with computer science is like a wide open field as well. Like if you find that you enjoy that, like there is something for you. If you enjoy doing websites, everybody, is hiring for web developers. Like you can easily get a job with that. But there's also stuff as far as, now they're getting into machine learning or, AI type of stuff. And I think that's kind of the big thing right now. And that's one of the things I'm focused on. Because a lot of companies are trying to distill a ton of information or a wide assortment of big data down into usable metrics that they can then apply to either advertising or for, hey, what exactly are our customers doing and what are they doing with this, or what do they tend to gravitate towards, and then focus on those things. And it's all it also even blends like business models and stuff like that. But there's a lot of overlap there. But yeah, that's kind of the thing that I'm trying to focus a little bit more on. But yeah, it's a great field. Jobs are always in demand. But yeah, it's yeah.
Nice. Well, I have one last question. I don't know if you'll have another one, but so for someone, I guess if there's someone watching who's like, oh, I think I want to do biomedical sciences as my major. What kind of jobs, other than being in a pharmaceutical company, what kind of jobs, like positions or industry, could you go into with a biomedical science degree?
So I think biomedical science is geared more towards research and the like pre-med type of stuff. If you're planning on going into being a doctor of some sort or whatever, biomedical sciences is great to get you there. If you want to do the clinical research and stuff like that, biomedical science is also perfect for that. Specifically with the pharmaceutical industry, I'm doing a little bit more analytical chemistry in my current job. Biomedical sciences has a lot of overlap with analytical chemistry type of stuff. So I actually have a lot of biochemistry majors around me at my job, and then some that are just straight chemistry majors. So, but DPT is nice enough to where they realize that, like, okay, if you have a biology degree, biomedical sciences, you can learn these technologies. You've at least like seen this or understand what we're doing, and it's not so far different that the chemist is the only one who can get it. It's like no, I think that there's more private industry places that are willing to work with people like that, whereas I think the academic route, they try to be a little bit more focused as far as the research goes. But with med school and everything, med school, they're trying to get more diverse groups as well, depending on where you're trying to go. So I think that's the main focus of biomedical sciences. Is mainly the research aspects, pre-med. Yeah, I'd say that's about it. Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. So I think that about wraps it up.
All right.
But thank you for, being on and accepting to be on.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. And also like it's, great conversation. I learned a lot, even though I'm not in the industry, but I'm all about inspiration, and I seriously strongly believe that you're going to be an inspiration to people listening to this.
Thanks. That's nice.
So again, Jeffrey, thank you for joining and being a guest on the BME Life podcast. Is there anything else you want to say? Anything you want to add? Or also like, would you want people to reach out to you? Do you want people to connect with you like on LinkedIn or something?
I mean, they can. Yeah, if they have any questions or whatever. I'm on LinkedIn, and I don't really follow a whole lot of other social media. I think I'm out there, but I don't keep up with it. But yeah, I guess LinkedIn would probably be the best one. But yeah, it was a lot of fun being on. This is great.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you all for watching and staying throughout the whole video and podcast. I think it was very informative, but stay tuned for the next videos. We're going to be trying to post more consistently every Monday at a certain time. We just don't know yet. But so just, we're excited about being more consistent and just bringing more content. But if you have any questions, make sure to comment down below. Or you can follow the BME Life on Instagram or Twitter and just send a message. Hey guys, if you like to support the channel, don't forget to buy some merch. We have some on our Instagram page. If you just want to go to @the BME Life, you can DM us and we'll get your order. Also, don't forget to follow us on our new Facebook group @the BME Life, where you can join and ask any questions that you may have, meet other cool people that are doing the same thing that you're trying to do, or just stay updated to all the news and videos and posts that we may have in the future. Thanks for watching.